because the more words you spread to all of the world, the more chances we will have to win, because the focus on Ukraine has to be kept, because we're still in war. And the very good reminder of this war was yesterday's in Prime Minister TRUDEAU's office, because on my phone the air siren went on, and that meant that in the neighborhood where my 8 years old daughter resides, there was an attempt of air attack, and my daughter had to go to basement instead of go to school. And we have this, a lot of stories to tell. My husband is near Kiev. He's a police officer. He's fighting as well. And he told me about so-called withdrawal. We do not believe in any withdrawals. We do not believe Putin. We believe in Ukrainian army. These days, Ukrainian army has been liberating numerous villages in Kiev region and as well in the south in Kherson region. But I want to get this message really straight. We cannot do this with rifles. We have to have heavy weaponry to kick Russians from our territory. Because if we talk about the end of this war, we mean winning in this war. Because other than that, Putin will not stop. He will think that he can go to other countries and humiliate the Western world. So all the Western world has to be firm and has to be fast in giving us support if we all want to keep peace, democracy, the democratic values, the rule of law, the freedom of speech, and whatever values we do believe in together. I would like to give you some highlights on the humanitarian situation in Ukraine. Already, around quarter of Ukrainian population was displaced. Either it's 9 million people who are internally displaced people. They left their regions because these regions are bombed. Or over 4 million, around 4 million people of refugees who left the country, mainly women and kids. We have to say that the situation in such cities as Mariupol is devastating. It's becoming a mass graveyard, and we need to deblock Mariupol as fast as possible. Russians do not let the humanitarian help, aid with food, with water to enter the city. And still in Mariupol stays over 100,000 of people blocked there in basements. All the buildings are ruined. No water, no electricity, and we urgently need weapons to deblock Mariupol as well. Also, we fixated around 4,000 of cases of war crimes. There hasn't been a war crime that Russian army hasn't committed in Ukraine. I gave to honorable members of House of Commons a file about killings of children. Already we have from our Office of Attorney General information about 148 deaths, killings of children. But the number will go up in times, because we do not even know what's going on in Mariupol, how many children and how many people, civilians, had died. But it looks like it's more than 5,000 already just in Mariupol. But when we get there, the world, I think, will be shocked with the results. Also, we have 40,000 of Ukrainians that were forcibly taken to Russian Federation, to Russian territory, and partly to Belarus. That's kidnapping. That's kidnapping. And we do want to underline that what International Red Cross plans are to establish in Rostov an office. It's actually inviting Russians to kidnap our people and to bring them to Russia, which is unacceptable, and we can't have this. And to end this, I want to say that we have to be ready for a long run. We have to be ready that civilized world has to stand with Ukraine as long as it needs for us to win. But the time is crucial for us. To be slow means to fail. So we ask for this support to be in time, to be fast, and we will win. We are capable of winning. Thank you so much.
Dear friends, my name is Marianova. I'm a member of the Parliament Foreign Affairs Committee. And I really also would like to thank all of you for all Canadian nation people, also government, senators, parliaments who are supporting us today, also parliamentarians. And we need your synergy. We need your synergy, to change, to change and to use this moment to win aggressor, to punish terror, to punish war criminal. And as my colleague was saying, really, all these crimes are horrible. We didn't expect it, and it's the worst situation after World War II. And Russians, they are acting worse than Nazi because they are killing our children, newborn children, they're raping our women, they're destroying and damaging our hospitals, mental hospitals, our institution, educational centers, critical infrastructure. They're kidnapping, they're taking as a hostages our elected democratically local representatives, journalists, priests, civil society activists, paramedic. So they are stolen our citizens and by force really deportation to Russia Federation. So that is why Putin has to be punished, and we also appreciate and thank Canada to join international tribunal. We have to put Putin to be punished and by criminal investigation. Also, regarding humanitarian situation, we really know Canada leadership in humanitarian issues, and unfortunately, international humanitarian organizations are not on the ground, and it's already 37 days of our war, and we need you to help us to mobilize humanitarian agencies, and that is why here we need your humanitarian leadership. I'd like to say that nuclear weapon is also a challenge for the whole world, not only for Ukraine. As you know, he is blackmailing and he is controlling and attacking our nuclear power plants, and that is why we are asking also here to international society, and especially Canada as a leader in G7, to provide to have a strategy how to answer on these challenges. We don't want next Aleppo. We don't want. We remember that Russia poisoning people, interfering elections. We remember what they are doing in Russia, in Kazakhstan, in Syria. So they are people of war. We are people of peace, and that is why we really share democratic values, and only all together we can defend them. Because yes, or we win all together, or we fail altogether. And that is why, coming back to what my colleagues mentioned, freedom has to be earned. And we are asking you and asking Canadian government, Canadian people, nation, weapon, sanctions, and financial support. Together we win, and we are asking you to be with us. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now take questions. We have about 30 minutes. We have also one person on the line. So we will start with Abigail Biman.
Hi, Abigail Beeman, Global News. Thank you for your time and thanks for taking our questions. For whoever wants to answer, I'm wondering what the response was from the Prime Minister yesterday and whether you feel that what you're asking for, that Canada will deliver.
First of all, let me be very clear. We understand and feel the support of Canadian people. Canada was the first country to introduce oil embargo against Russia, and this was a game changer. And after that, other countries followed Canadian leadership. We are grateful for that. However, we urge Canadian people and Canadian government to act faster and to provide more support in terms of legal weaponry. Lethal weaponry. We are very much afraid that taking decisions and taking discussions and mobilizing support will take too much time. Now, not being able to act in a timely manner will mean failure. not just for Ukraine, but for all the democratic world. This would mean that democratic world is not able to send a message that democratic values will be protected. So what we are urging for is to provide support in a timely manner, to provide Ukraine with lethal weapons we're asking for in a timely manner. Time matters. Please follow that.
As far as we got the message from Prime Minister Trudeau, we were reassured that Canada is with Ukraine for whatever it takes for us to win. So we hope that this message will translate into more and more concrete actions with urgency that is required on the ground when the country is on fire.
Sorry, just making sure nobody else wanted to jump in. To follow up to what you're saying, then you weren't offered any concrete promises yesterday?
No, that's not what we were trying to say. We know that Canada, and we appreciate this, that Canada is working on a special financial instrument that is critically important for Ukraine right now, with getting additional financing for our economy that is being ruined by the Russian Federation, by destruction, by interruption of all the economic ties, by economic processes in the country, by moving people out of their places, by killing people and destroying our homes and destroying factories, destroying reserves and so on. So we know and we see that Canada is leading this effort of beating up additional financial support for Ukraine. We appreciate this highly. But we were asking also and Canada was among those countries who have been training our soldiers and officers before the war has started, and we appreciate that. We were asking for more of that type of support and for more weaponry. Even where Canada cannot get the weapons on the ground for Ukrainians, we were asking for them to find the instruments how to help us buy those weapons across the world. So we hope that we have been heard. And also with regard to sanctions, as we said, and humanitarian effort, we believe that Canada, with its history of being humanitarian leader, can do more in getting alliances across the world globally to ensure that such democracies as Brazil, such democracies as India or South Africa are finally not taking neutral stance and are not pretending that this kind of are equal parts, but take the side of light, take the side of democracy, of values against side of evil. And I think that there is a role for Canada to play here.
And I would like to add a little bit about financial support. Yesterday we met with Premier Minister Trudeau and Minister of Finance Chrystia Freeland, and we also discussed the role of Canada in our financing assistance. And if we talk about more concrete details, now Canada has a process of adoption state budget, and we know exactly that Canada will increase financial assistance to Ukraine, and we highly appreciate for this. And it also about military assistance, financing military assistance for us. So we are looking for more support, but we highly appreciate also these activities. And we discussed with Premier Minister Trudeau and Minister of Finance Chrystia Freeland new instruments in this sphere, and we hope that Canada will be a leader in this area and will also unify other countries. Thank you.
Kevin Gallagher with CTV National News. I'd like to ask some clarity there. So your conversation with Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, were you saying that there are some things, like Canada has a budget, a federal budget next week? Is that what you were talking about, that there are potentially some promises that were made for the Canadian budget to help Ukraine purchase weapons and also have other financial supports? Or is it, I just want to clarify, sorry.
we were asking about this, and the Minister of Finance, Chrystia Freeland, told us that, of course, in state budget of Canada, they will increase our financial support for the next year.
I'll, sorry, if there's someone else who would like to step in.
Okay,
feel
no,
free.
we maybe.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, I'll try to clarify. I believe that we were heard that this request is coming from us to increase this, but we do not know whether that will translate into concrete financial numbers. But what we know and what is Canada is already doing, for sure, that's through IMF, organizing a special instrument, financial instrument, and taking the lead, and already ready to contribute their financial resources and get additional support from others to ensure that Ukraine gets additional financial support. That was clearly promised.
If I may add, we were assured that Canadian government and Canadian people are standing with Ukraine in providing Ukraine everything needed and everything possible to ensure we are successful and to ensure that Ukraine wins the battle that we are now fighting, not just on behalf of Ukraine, but on behalf of a all-free world. We frequently hear that NATO will protect every inch of NATO territory. Now Ukraine is protecting every inch of NATO territory. Is protecting democracy against chaos, is protecting.
Hello again, I'm Peter Van. We'll break away from this coverage now, but stay tuned. History is made in Rome today with a papal
Are you
apology
fucking kidding
for
me?
the role of the church in Canada's residential school system.
No. Come on.
By the
Holy.
stories of the suffering, hardship, discrimination, and very